Hi, now we are going to present our SDG project. It's it's about the SDG for quality education, especially the target 4.7 about education for sustainable development and global citizenship. Next, please. First, as an introduction, sustainability strategies are very important in Peru because it is a country with a lot of biodiversity and natural resources that are in danger from problems like climate change. And according to the United Unit Development Programs, Peru has made progress in growing sustainable areas such as tourism, farming, and renewable energy. However, the main long-term problems are deforestation, water pollution, and soil damage. And economically, Peru has reduced poverty over the years, but inequality still exists. And to solve, the country needs to create new opportunities, especially for the most vulnerable peoples. Some of the programs that Peru created in recent years are national forest conservation programs and national rural sanitation programs. By the other hand, Japan has been a leader in promoting education and sustainable development. The country understands that solving global problems means involving young people in creative and meaningful ways. And the Young Committee of Japanese National Commission for UNESCO was created in 2021 to increase young participation in SDG projects. And it currently has 20 members, including students and representatives for NGOs and other organizations.
Okay, in my case, I will talk about how these challenges are being addressed in both areas. For example, in Satipo, the main issues are the lack of classrooms, equipment, and qualified teachers. There is also a lack of internet, which limits online learning opportunities. The curriculum needs to be more relevant to the local culture and languages. About the education challenge in Huancayo. In Huancayo, there is a big gap between urban and rural schools. About the rural schools, lack resources like technology and teaching materials. Difficult terrain also make it harder for students to go to school, leading to higher dropout rates. About the solutions. To improve education in Satipo, we need invest in better school infrastructure, bring in qualified teachers, and expand internet access. The curriculum should also be updated to reflect local languages and culture. About Huancayo, in Huancayo we need to make sure rural schools get the same resources as urban schools. We also need to improve the roads and transportation so students can attend schools more easily. And I have an infographic, the quality education, comparing Japan and Peru rural challenge and solutions.
In my turn, I will talk about how Japan and Peru can work together to achieve SDG 4, quality education for all. Next, please. Both Japan and Peru education, but their stations are different. Japan has a well-developed school system, higher attendance rates, and advanced technology in classrooms. Peru, on the other hand, is still working to close education gaps, especially between urban and rural areas. However, both countries are making strong efforts to improve learning opportunities for every student. Next, please. From our team's research, we found some key points. Education in Peru is uneven across regions. Japan's strengths include technology and well-trained teachers. Peru's strengths are creativity, flexibility, and strong local communities that support students. These differences are not just challenges, they are opportunities for collaboration. Next, please. And I believe Japan and Peru can help each other in many ways. Japan can share its digital tools and teacher training programs that could support rural schools in Peru. Meanwhile, Peru can teach Japan about community-based learning and more flexible, creative education styles. Both sides can learn from one another through teacher exchanges, online workshops, or joint education projects. By combining their strengths, both countries can make education more equal, meaningful, and inspiring. Next, please. Even if our classrooms look different, our goals are the same. To give every child the chance to learn and to build a better future. Through cooperation and shared ideas, Japan and Peru can take one more step toward achieving SDG 4, quality education for all. Next, please.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the Puno situation, especially about the region. In Puno, schools try to do this, but they face many challenges because most communities are rural and far from the cities. Many children speak Aymara or Quechua before Spanish, so learning is often more difficult if teachers don't use bilingual methods. Still, schools work hard to include local traditions, respect nature, and teach peace and cooperation. Students learn not only to read and write, but also to take care of water, animals, and crops. Next, please. Strengths and problems in Puno. People there work together through community help called AINI, where everyone supports each other. This spirit of unity is a strong base for education. There are also bilingual programs that help children learn in their native language and several projects that protect nature and lake. These are signs of progress and local wisdom. However, are still many problems. For example, some schools in high mountain areas have weak buildings, or cold classrooms, and poor internet access. Teachers often don't get enough training. In addition, there are not enough books written in Aymara or Quechua. Another problem is many girls from rural families leave school early. Next, please. About what Puno can learn from Japan. Japan, I think, offers many good ideas that Puno could adapt to its own school. The first lesson is learning by doing. The second is teamwork and respect, because Japanese students work in groups and solve problems together. They learn to listen and value each opinion. In Puno, teamwork could be used to build a culture of peace and equality, where boys and girls share the same responsibilities. The third lesson is a family connection. The fourth is a teacher training and support. For example, in Japan, teachers receive training many times a year. They visit each other's classes, share feedback, and learn new methods. This culture of cooperation keeps teachers motivated. Puno could create short local workshops where teachers help each other and share what works best in rural classrooms. Finally, daily citizenships practice. That's all.
Now I'm going to present an infographic about the CDG 4 quality education focus on education for sustainable development and global citizenship, comparing Peru and Japan. Education is one of the most powerful tools to change the world. However, in many countries, there are still problems with access, quality, and inclusion. The goal of the CDG4 is to make sure that all children complete free and quality education by 2030, and that education helps students become responsible global citizens who care for the planet and for the others. The situationship in Peru. In Peru, most children attend primary and secondary school, and education is free in public institutions. Programs like Caliwarma and Beca 18 support students from low-income families. The national curriculum also includes values related to sustainability and citizenship, but there are still challenges, especially in rural areas where a school often have fewer resources and teachers need more training. Peru's main goal is to improve teacher quality, close the urban-rural gap, and integrate technology and environmental education in all schools. The situationship in Japan. Japan has one of the best education systems in the world. Almost all students complete primary and secondary education. Schools promote discipline, teamwork, and respect, and they include sustainability and moral education as part of daily learning. Japan also leads in the UNESCO Associated School Network. However, Japanese students face a lot of stress and pressures from exams. Now, Japan is trying to promote mental health, innovation, and inclusion for all learners, including foreign students and those with special needs. In conclusion, both Peru and Japan value education as the foundation for development. Peru is focusing on equal access and quality improvement, while Japan is focusing on innovation, creativity, and emotional balance. Both countries are working toward the same goal, to prepare young people to become responsible global citizens who can build a more sustainable and a peaceful world. Thank you so much for listening.